Hi there, this is Diego from NutriAdmin, and today I'm going to show you how to import your recipes from a file into NutriAdmin. So this could be recipes that you have in a PDF file, a Word file, or just random text, and you're going to be able to import them into NutriAdmin very quickly. So to access this feature, you need to click here, Recipes and Foods, and go to Import Recipe from File or URL. And essentially, you can copy-paste any text in here, and we use an artificial intelligence algorithm to extract the data and convert it. So let me show you an example. For instance, I have this text in here in a file, chicken pesto pasta, 1 serving. Here's the list of ingredients and some instructions. So if I just select all this text and copy, and I go here and paste it, when I click import recipe data, this should just be able to extract all of it. It may take a few seconds. There we go. So it took the name, the title, number of servings. This was provided in my example. Then I didn't provide the number of minutes, but the AI was smart enough to figure out what it thinks is an appropriate time. So this should be fairly accurate, but you should review that the number provided here is correct. Then here are the cooking instructions that were copied. You may want to remove this. So the algorithm is interpreting your data. So sometimes there may be, it has to be quite accurate, but there may be mistakes. So you're advised to review this. In terms of an image, none was provided. So there are no image here. You can add it later. And then the ingredients. This is the best part because it was able to take all the ingredients and match them with items in our food database, which means that all the macronutrients, all the micros, all of this information has been extracted. So you get, just from text, you get all the analysis done automatically. And if I show you the download, this is how the full recipe looks at the moment. Ingredients, instructions, macro summary, micros. So it can save you a lot of work, basically. And you just have to double check that the ingredients and the amounts have been correctly extracted. Because again, sometimes if the information is ambiguous or if the formatting is ambiguous, the algorithm may not be able to extract the data. But in our experience with our test, it works in most of the cases. Right, let me show you another example. So let's say, for instance, I have this PDF. So this is a PDF recipe that I generated with NutriAdmin earlier, and now I'm gonna try to import it. So to do that, you shouldn't import any of the nutrients or anything like that. That's just going to confuse the algorithm. This will be calculated by the algorithm. You should just get this, the name, cooking time, servings, ingredients, instructions. That's what it needs. You cannot add an image because it can only take text. So let me just copy this. So I'm just going to select it. Press Control-C or Command-C if you're using Mac. I'm going to paste it here. And now if we want to add the image, what you can do is, if you have you see I have here in my tab a URL for the image. So if the image is somewhere in the internet, you can get the URL. And I can put here image URL. There you go. So this URL goes to the image. But if you don't have this available, it's fine. You can add the image later. So I'm going to try like this. And you may want to edit this, but I'm just going to try like this to see if it works. Import. And yeah, it takes a couple of seconds to calculate. Okay, so it guessed 10 minutes, 1 serving. Here's the name, the instructions. Image, it was able to get it because I provided the URL. If you didn't get the image, you can simply, or if it is wrong, you can simply remove this and click here to upload the image from your file. Ingredients, it seems to have gotten all of these correctly. So 262 grams, 48 grams. You may want to change, it just extracted the grams in here, but instead of 40 grams, like 40 times 1 gram, you may want to rename that to 3 tablespoons, for example. You can change that if you want. If I go to the summary, here are the macros, and they should roughly match what was provided, and you can download it. So Essentially, this is how the feature works, and you have to be aware of the what it can do for you and the limitations. So essentially, if we go back here, you're just providing text, and the software is trying to extract food items and match them to items in the database. The database contains accurate nutritional information, but then the limitation here is that a computer system is trying to figure out the text you provided if it can match it to different foods. So you still have to review the data because anything generated with AI may contain errors. But the advantage of this feature is that it can save you a lot of time. If you have 100 recipes you want to import, you can do it very quickly and save a lot of time, even if you have to tweak some of the details. That's going to save you time. And then because we use AI, we have to charge a little supplement to use this. So you see here how I'm using a free trial that allows me to perform 5 recipe queries. So each time you use this, it actually consumes half a credit. So essentially, for with 5 recipe queries, you can import 10 recipes. And if you go to NutriAdmin.com and you go to pricing, you can check our AI recipes add-on, and it is very cheap. It's just $2 per month, but we need to charge some amount because we have to pay the AI company, OpenAI, for these queries. So if you want to generate hundreds of them, you would have to pay for these supplements accordingly. That's why we cannot offer it for free. But it's relatively cheap. So if you want to import every month a few recipes from different websites, you can download. If you want to import from a website, you can do that as well in here. You just put a URL and it will extract the data. And if you want to import from a file, now you have that option too. So hope that helps, and feel free to reach out and ask a question if you want to inquire more. Thank you.